welcome to Overbooked. My name's Jess. Today I'm going to be talking about this book. Oh, you can't see it. This is from a wonderful series called Once Upon a Time is Timeless. There are 19 books in the series. There's a lot. They're all about, how like 200 pages each. They're not very long. And this one is the retelling of Beauty and the Beast. This is my personal favorite in the series. I don't think I've read all of them. I think there's a couple that I missed somehow. But yeah, anyway, these are books that you can read in any order. They're not chronological or anything. And they're basically just retellings. I don't know if I said this already, but retellings of classic fairy tales and some not classic fairy tales. Yeah, they're really interesting. So I'm thinking about I'm really in a princess mood. So I'm thinking about continuing some of these princess books because that's just the mood I'm in. I was going to move on. But I think I'm just going to stick with it. I think I've decided. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with it. Anyway, so let's go ahead and dive in. So again, this is Belle. This is by Cameron Doki. She's my favorite author in the book series. Oh, it's all written by different authors too. I don't think I said that. Anyway, so I will be talking about 5 things in this video. These are things that are make it and break it for me when it comes to books. Story, pacing, conflict, character development, and lessons learned. So, story. This story is so rich. I mean, I already love Beauty and the Beast as it is. I don't know if it's my favorite fairy tale of all time, but it's pretty up there. But this one, I like her writing style. It's very complex, but it's very easy to read at the same time. I think sometimes that books that are kind of deep are kind of hard to understand, or it's not. I mean, this is a young adult novel, so it would have to, or it's not deep enough. But she does a perfect job of the mix between the two. I think she's great. When I was first writing my review, I was trying to figure out how to explain the story, but I've decided I'm just going to read the back because it got way too complicated. So, Belle is convinced that she has the wrong name, as she lacks her sister's awe-inspiring beauty. So she withdraws from society, devoting her time to wood carving. Secretly, Belle longs to find the fabled heartwood tree. If carved by the right hands, the heartwood will reveal the face of one's true love. During a fierce storm, Belle's father stumbles upon the mysterious heartwood and encounters a terrifying, lonely beast. Now Belle must carve the heartwood to save her father and learn to see not with the eyes of her mind, but with the eyes of her heart. Already super complex, just from the back of the book. Yeah, I love this book. It's great. It's already different from, the typical Beauty and the Beast, because in that one, Belle already knows that she's beautiful, and you just kind of brush over that whole thing. In this one, there's no Gaston. It's just pretty much her and her sisters, and yeah, she doesn't feel beautiful, which I think is a really interesting thing since her name means beauty. So yeah, it's way complex, really good. The second is the pacing. It's a bit slow in the beginning, but it sets the pace perfectly. And you can't really have a story without, starting at the beginning. So she starts from when she's like 6, and you basically watch her grow up till she's like 16 or 17. And it skips over things. It's not like it's every day where it'd be a lot bigger of a book if it did. Yes, so it's great. Let's see, conflict. There are 2 major conflicts in this book. The first one is that Belle really feels like she has the wrong name, as I've probably said before. It's not that she's ugly by any means. It's just her sisters are absolutely drop-dead gorgeous. Like, turn heads, plenty of marriages or proposals. They're absolutely stunning. And I think this is something that anyone with siblings or anyone that has like cousins, or even if it's not older siblings, that you compare yourself to them. So for me, it was relatable because my sister's gorgeous and she's very accomplished too. And so it was hard not not comparing myself to her a lot. And I think our beauty is very different. It's not the same at all. And for her, Belle's case, she just feels like she's not beautiful at all. So I thought that was interesting since her name means beauty. The second biggest conflict is between Belle, the Beast, and the Heartwood Tree. In the story, the beast actually promises to let Belle go as soon as she can carve his true love's face into the heartwood tree, or whatever the heartwood tree reveals for him. But Belle can't do it, and that starts to really frustrate her because she has a gift for wood carving. She'll hold a piece of wood that she's getting ready to carve, and she'll get this tingling sensation, and then she'll realize what it is that, you know, is trying to, what the wood basically is telling her to carve into it. But with the heartwood, she can't see anything at all. And so she gets very discouraged and she gets very frustrated. And that's really hard on her because the one thing she was good at, now she feels like she can't do it. So what's the point? She's not beautiful, her name doesn't match, and now she can't carve wood. So anyway, just all sorts of problems there. The character development, I mean, Belle changes so much. I mean, it's basically like 10 years that you're watching her grow up. So that's kind of a big thing as it is, but in almost every chapter something happens that completely turns her world upside down, and then she just has to figure it out, and so it's really interesting to read. So the lessons learned. In this story, the beast actually helps Belle figure out her own beauty. It's not that she doesn't help him as well, because I mean she does break the curse in the end. But it's interesting that the focus is more on her, that he's more of helping her learn out figure out who she is, which was really interesting to read, and I felt like was a really fun twist on the whole story. Overall, I'd give this book a 10 out of 10. This is my first 10. And who would have thought it was from a young adult novel? Everything was super creative and it was wonderful to read. I highly recommend this book. So that's pretty much it. Please subscribe and follow me on social media. I'm not sure about this princess thing. We'll see if we continue doing this. We probably will. But feel free to check out my next video. Hopefully it will be out sometime later this week. I'll put all my links down below for social media. Please follow me, and I will see you all in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.